Okay, first project of the year. It is my Jaguar XKR Silverstone edition. This car is a 4.2 V8 supercharged. It was produced in 2000 when Jaguar entered the Formula One Championship, and so they produced 50 hard tops and 50 soft tops. This car has been off the road for quite a few years, and I'm in the process of getting that restored. The main thing, it's generally in working condition, but there are two issues wrong on the engine side of things. Knock sensor is open circuit, so it looks like one of the knock sensors has failed, and there is also a lambda sensor. Now, it's an upper lambda sensor which is down here somewhere just as the exhaust headers go off. That's not much of a problem because you can access that from underneath. The problem is the knock sensor is in the center of the supercharger bank, which is really annoying. It is literally down that gap there. You can't get to it. The plug's there, so you unplug it. Oh yeah, so the whole center part of the supercharger has to come out. Now, it's not actually too much of a problem because I wanted to change the belts on the supercharger anyway, and the auxiliary belts that are down this side. It's been sat for a while, don't want to risk a belt snapping. There are also coolant hoses that run within the V of the engine underneath here, susceptible to heat, prone to leaking. I can see a bit of coolant knocking about, and there's a lot of this sort of scuzzy, dried up coolant leaching out, so connections need looking at, maybe a few coolant hoses, but that should actually get it. Now, it is a runner. I've fired it up, sounds beautiful, but it does need these things doing. So first job I did was actually to drain down the coolant, which is just a plug down at the bottom of the radiator, and take out the fans. It's just a twin fan setup that's over here. That's actually quite nicely made in that it just lifts out once you've got this coolant hose out of the way. So with the fan up, you've got down there, this is the belt tensioner, and so you can get a 1/2 inch socket on there, and then push it over, and that releases your belt. So that is cool. Next, take off your intake hoses. Then you've got to take the throttle body off on the inside. You need to take this coolant sort of assembly housing off, which is just bolted on the front. That all comes off, which then means I can start unbolting the centre part. I don't need to take out the exits from the supercharger that go to the inlets. Don't need to take those off because they're not in the way. It is just this central part that's the problem. So we'll take that out next. So first, it's take off the air inlet. The useful part of this, if you didn't know, the bonnet is on struts, which is great because it doesn't have a stay, but it can be a bit restrictive for getting to the front end. Excuse me. So you can actually take the strut off, just this little ball joints there, and then there's an extra hole, so you can lift the bonnet up, pop a bolt through, and that actually just rests against the bracket on the front. So it means the bonnet stays upright, it can't fall anywhere, and it gives you loads more access to actually get to the engine. So nice little trick from Jaguar. Okay, air inlets off. It was just two little connections there. That's your airflow sensor. Couple there. Don't know if that's standard or not because it's an aftermarket filter on there. There's the throttle body housing. So next it's just undoing the electrical connectors from it and the actual accelerator cable side. 4 bolts and that throttle body will come off. That'll give me access to the back to get to nuts and bolts at the back for this centre part of the supercharger. So the inlet's off. So the throttle body assembly, there's quite a few connections on it. You've got throttle position sensors and all sorts. There's a connection on the back, and then just underneath, when you're trying to lift it up, there is actually a coolant connection, which actually goes onto this throttle body assembly there. So interesting. So that must be the return from it. So that's draining out. So now the reason for taking that off is sort of under here, down in the depths of the engine, there's basically bolts on the back that bolt this centre section. Then you've got the top air outlets, which are here. That's easier to get to. So undo those. There's a couple of little bolts down there. Take the odd hose off. This will need to come off, and then that centre part should just lift out, and that'll give me access to where the knock sensor is. Okay, so I've moved the front sort of water system that hoops over the actual sort of end of the supercharger, so that has to go out of the way. You can see if I come round this way as well, a source of possible coolant leak is down here. You can see all the crusty, horrible coolant that's been weeping over time. This hose is actually, seems very soft, so that just goes down to the block. So I'm going to replace that as part of it, clean up everything around there, because I think that was actually the source of a bit of a leak. I'm going to have to give it a good flush as well on the coolant side, because of all that crystallisation that's in there. It's all knocking about. I'll flush the radiator through, things like that as well, when I'm putting it all back together. But essentially now, really, there's a few hoses to just sort of get out of the way that are off the top of the supercharger, and then it's just a couple of bolts there, get to these bolts at the top and the back, and that centre section should just move out of the way. Okay, so top bolts are disconnected. The ones down there that are really awkward to get to actually are done. Then there's bolts that go down there, and so I've removed a bit more of the coolant hoses that run through. There is this cable coming across that I'll probably have to get rid of, but in theory the supercharger is very nearly ready to come out at that. Okay, supercharger is out, so that is where it's come from. There was one other bolt that I'd forgot about, which is really annoying. It actually bolts down the back of the supercharger, just, I don't know if you can see, just down there. It's a single bolt in the middle. To get to that, the actual lower part of the throttle body assembly, wherever that's gone. Oh, it's under there. So that is your lower assembly. That's what actually bolts to the back of the supercharger. This is actually like an insulation panel that goes underneath to stop heat transfer. That needs to come out to be able to get to that bolt underneath, and that is a really fiddly job. It's really annoying, to be honest. That's your EGR valve, and so there is a little bit of flex on that, so you can just sort of get it and pull it out of the way. I've snapped a little T-piece clip, which is annoying on the vacuum line, so I'll have to just get another one of those. But it's out, and as you can see, that is my main source of coolant leaking. That is nasty, just because the car's been sat for a while. So I've got new gaskets, I've got a new hose coming for that, and also I'm going to unbolt this housing now and just clean it up. Other than that, it's not actually too bad in there. There's a bit of coolant knocking about in there, so I'll clean up the internal side, but the whole reason for all of this work is to just get to that there. So that's your knock sensor. There's one on each side. There's a right hand bank and left hand bank. I'm going to replace both of them while I've got it out, for what it's worth. So yeah, unbolt that and replace that. And also, while everything's off, I don't know how old these coolant hoses are, and these are actually heater hoses that run through the bank, but because it gets very hot in there, they are susceptible to leaking. And so I've got a silicone pair of those turning up as a replacement, and then it should be all good to go back in. So I'll wait for the parts to come over the next few days, but that is how you take the supercharger out of an XKR. I'll post some more updates when I get the parts and when everything goes back together, and we'll see how it fires up and behaves. But that's it for now, so until next time, see you later.